And finally, hundreds of thousands of people from across the globe have taken part in rallies against a U.S. biotechnology giant and its genetically modified crops and pesticides.
Monsanto, now free. They're poisoning our food. Now free. They're poisoning our food.
I will continue to do whatever I have to do to march against Monsanto and other groups that prevent us from having good, healthy food that's GMO-free.
This company has repeatedly committed, I would say, crimes against the earth, and what we're trying to show is accountability for corporations. It's not just them. There are other corporations that are doing exactly the same thing in other ways or another. But also, we also want to promote clean food that's free of pesticides, which our grandparents just called food.
The third annual March Against Monsanto was held in more than 400 cities in 48 countries. In New York, American protesters denounced the multinational corporation's control of the global food supply. Australians hit the streets in Sydney against adverse effects of the corporation's products on people's health, fertility and longevity. Anti-Monsanto protesters were also held in the Swiss cities of Basel and Morges. The French directed their anger at Monsanto's herbicide that, according to the World Health Organization, contains a cancer-causing agent. People in Burkina Faso demanded a freeze on the firm's GM cotton planting there. Similar events were held in Holland, Mexico, Argentina, Chile and Germany.
Germans demanding the right to healthy food and protest against plans of companies such as the American agricultural giant Monsanto, which wants to make their way into the European market.
Today, people in the cities of Berlin, Hanover, Hamburg and Munich are demonstrating to voice support for a production of foodstuffs which is free from genetically modified organisms. These demonstrators are against the monopolization of the industry that produces seeds and food worldwide.
The European market has high-quality standards in food production which limit the use of pesticides and chemicals. Genetically modified foods in Europe can be found inside laboratories and on shelves. They have to be labeled. On the other hand, the standards in the US are drastically lower, and people in North America have been exposed to consumption of modified products over the past 15 years.
GMOs have many effects on a person's and on test animals' health that are well researched. But so far, the industry doesn't want you to know. GMOs can affect fertility, they can cause autism in combination with Roundup, probably cancer.
The alarming part is that Monsanto and other food corporations from the US want to expand their market to Europe.
2 years ago, Monsanto said they were pulling out of Europe, and that's a lie. They've come back now using this North America-European trade agreement, and they're going to force the hand of government. They will be able to sue governments so that they can have their way and impose their corporate interests upon all nations. So in other words, Monsanto and corporations become the government. They supersede the government because they become the law using the judicial system.
It's believed that 70 to 80% of processed foods in America use GMOs. If the European Union signs the transatlantic trade and investment partnership with the US, then markets would be flooded with GMO foods from the US. In such case, only time will tell TAFTA's direct impact on health of European citizens. Beatriz Barragan, Press TV, Berlin.